Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net. Are you ready?
Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? How am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. You're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Mia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
Hi, everyone.
I wasn't going to answer.
You probably, it's all good. I don't even know how much of that recorded, but hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. I turned the recorder on in the middle of that. I don't know what got picked up. I hope all of it, because it was so cute. My name is Lee Honish. I am joined by Andrew Lapache. Always get the P in there, people. It's not a B, it's a P, so it's puh. Okay. So is Christina taking Lapache?
Oh, of course.
Don't say of course.
Why is that?
Shit, mine said point blank she's not taking this wacky ass Honish last name.
Oh, man.
I don't blame her. I don't even want the name I got given.
All right. Well, I didn't know that was an option.
Fuck yeah, it is. They can hyphenate it. They can do all kinds of shit.
Oh, what is she going to... Oh, all right.
Yeah,
well,
it could be Ortiz Honish, which is equally as wackadoodle. But I think last time I checked in, this is bullshit legit. I should probably close the door because I'm going to get in trouble for this talk. She wants to just change her name to like Havana legally. Like one name. Like Prince. Like... She just wants a single... She's come up with a series of one-name names to change her name to. Currently, she's resting on Havana.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Okay? Let me help you out. That's just wacky as can be. So, how are you? What were you doing last night that you could not engage? Hi, everybody. This show's about boxing. Now you know. You're all caught up. Before I get to my big evening, because I have a long day of boxing to talk about yesterday, and running into Raimundo Diosis. Did I get the last name right after all these years?
Sounds right.
He recognized me, dude. Walking up the stairs, he goes, "Are you Lee Honish?" I said, "No." Fuck no.
Classic.
Well,
Classic.
And here's the funny part. So I went, big shout out to, I took Sammy Garcia, right? My Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 2-stripe black belt professor, right? He went with me. He also teaches boxing. And he had told me that Mikey Garcia was his favorite fighter. I'm like, well, we got to go. He's like, oh, it's going to be expensive. I said, it's never expensive. It's a PBC fight. We literally 5 minutes before the fight card starts, we stop across the street from Staples over at the entertainment center. I literally sit down on a bench and I'm clicking through. I go, oh, $40 seats in a suite. He goes, is that for real? I said, yes. And I bought two $40 suite tickets. And he goes, don't we need to go upstairs? I said, nobody cares at 3:30 in the afternoon. Nobody. And we walked right down and got ourselves a couple of primetime real estate seats and watched about 4 hours of undercard we went up to our suite. No, we had dinner. We had a dog. They have a dog house in there. So I got him to eat really bad food. So if there's anybody who is at my school that listens to this, I saw your professor, our friend, Sammy Garcia, eat a chili dog. So when he says he eats clean, it's bullshit. I tried to get him drunk all night, too. I only got him to have one drink. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like. You've been to fights with me. You know this.
Yes.
So then we went up to the suite, and we ran into basically everybody that it seems that I went to high school with. And they're like, hey, guys. It was like an episode of Cheers. I'm like, hi, guys. And they said, help yourself to food and drink. They had Cokes and beer and hot dogs and chips and nuts. Sat around, watched a couple of fights. Went downstairs for the main event. Watched Luis Ortiz knock a fucking dude out. And then we had prime time. I think we sat in $1,000 seats.
And Lee, why did I think that was Travis Kaufman for like the whole first round of that fight? Until they actually said Cajone or Cajon,
that big ass white dude. You know what? Here's what I kept because I sat in a section that was surrounded by Mikey Garcia, Moreno Valley. Like I sat in real LA seats, right? This was a pro Mikey Garcia crowd. It was such a pro Mikey Garcia crowd. I don't know if you caught this on TV. They booed Adrian Broner to the point where he flipped off and said, "Fuck you guys."
Yep. That's why he gets awesome. That's why he gets paid. Yeah, that's why he gets paid.
Oh my God, that was the best. So
it's definitely not because of his skills. People are just fascinated with seeing him get his ass kicked now, and he plays to that. That's what he did last night.
It was perfect. And so we had great seats. We sat by like how do I say this? Just regular boxing fans who kept explaining how Mikey Garcia was the greatest boxer ever. I said he's only fought once in a year. What are you guys talking about? He needs to fight right again, and he needs to unify the belt. I said, well, it's not PBC, so that's really not going to happen. And I realized that I'm arguing with, like, these guys are drunk because they're standing up every 5 minutes and doing the, hey, Easter. It isn't Easter. It's not April, eh? I shit you not. That's one of the things they yelled. My kind of crowd. Sammy just sort of sat there, and he laughed. He goes, is it always like this? I said, I'm sadly being outdone by drunk guys. I mean, I started yelling right out of the gate. It was funny because I talked to Raimundo. He's like, so how is it? I said, hey, let me tell you, because Raimundo walks up, and I was just telling Sammy this during the fight. I said, we're here as civilians. I can yell. I can be an asshole. They don't know me. It's great. And Raimundo walked up, and he looked down, and he goes, take a look at the press table. He said, look at all the depressed faces. You don't see beer down there. And Steve Kim got fucked last night. He had third or fourth table back.
Will you stop?
I'm not shitting. Dude, I'm serious. So Dan Rayfield, the largest living landmass, was at the front table with the regular guys, right? Like Lance Pugmire, the usual writers, the bigger names.
Right.
All got the front table. But usually Steve Kim's table 1 or table 2. You know that. Table 4, bro. Table 4.
That's what we're reporting this morning.
Oh, it made me so happy.
Yeah.
I think Raimundo had better seats. So that was my evening out at Staples Center.
Sad day of boxing. Once again for the Americans. What? Lee, it's almost like we are now the UFC and Bellator. That being Bellator being the PBC, and the UFC obviously being Golden Boy and Top Rank, HBO, ESPN, blah, blah, blah. I'm fed up. At some point, we need to stand up, and we got to call an end to this bullshit. But the way they played this last night, nobody saying anything about Top Rank or HBO fighters anymore. I mean,
that's not the if we're going with ultimate bullshit moments last night. Okay,
it's bad.
That Jim Gray interview with Luis Garcia after the fight. I mean, Luis Ortiz after the fight. A lot of Ortizes and Garcias at this fight. And I mean that in last name specifically. there were, if you were the white person, you were the odd man out last night. It was, let me tell you first problem with the PBC fight. And I had people at the fight, and we'll do shout outs to our regulars in a minute, because we had a couple of Fight Net Radio people there. The guy who wants to have a boxing match was there. There were a lot of people at this fight. Like, there was shit going on. My phone was blowing up. First and foremost, they made this, because you could tell by the crowd, it was a black Mexican thing. And I was talking to Sammy about this, and he agreed with me. It was very much a black Mexican kind of thing. And they made it that way. They wanted that vibe to the whole place. And when I mean black, I mean black. Like, it's not just...
What, are we talking about the Ortiz fight, or did you go back
I'm
to the
talking
East,
about the entire stadium, the vibe of the place, right? Nobody showed up until 7 o'clock. I was there.
Listen, that's how boxing is usually like that, Lee. That's if you
I
look
get
back,
that, but
okay, so
it's
it's
usually not that tense. You know what I mean? I mean, when you start adding Adrian Broner and Gervonta Davis,
the PBC would have no one in the front row if they don't hand out free tickets to all their stable mates. I mean, guys,
and they bring about 100 people a piece.
Remember when I said about the UFC and Bellator? Do they not do the same thing when you watch their headlines? A lot of their front row guys are their own roster. That's all the PBC hands out.
I'm totally with you. And look, each person like that brings 100 people a piece, right? Like, it's ridiculous entourages last night. So there's a heavy vibe in that place. So that's kind of my feeling on the whole room. But Jim Gray, how do I say this politically correct? Fuck Jim Gray. So he's interviewing Luis Ortiz, who's getting all emotional in the ring after beating up nobody. He beat up nobody.
Cajon. Hey, Lee, before you get in the interview, you know when I turned off that fight? And not turned off, but tuned out, I guess you would say, went out and had a smoke.
How did you go out and have a smoke? You quit.
No, not that type of smoke, bro.
All right.
So.
Edibles, bro. Edibles.
So listen. They go, ways of winning for Cajon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. That was funny.
Don't throw an uppercut from the outside. Try to land a right hand. What
no. We got the Showtime feed up on the monitors, and I saw Keys to Victory. I'm like, nobody has ever seen this dude fight ever.
They were like one step away from being like, just breathe in the ring, please. Like, it was such basic rules. Like, stop it. The very next round, he's knocked out after Keys to Victory.
It was. I just kept waiting for it.
Don't throw an uppercut from the outside. Try to land a right hand. What the fuck?
It was pretty ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, could chop that up for Ortiz. The next round, he knocks him out.
So they go into the interview with Jim Gray. Jim Gray does, so you don't believe that you lost your fight with Deontay Wilder. So they kept doing this sort of lost his fight thing. I don't really, they're doing this bullshit about not really losing this fight to Wilder. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? What fight were you at that you think you're TKO when you got stopped when you're bumbling around the ring? They kept showing the clip of you walking around on rubber legs. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, he got knocked out. What were they trying to say? That it wasn't a
that
legit...
it was kind of a TKO. Like, he kind of lost.
Yeah, no. No, and I don't want to see that rematch either. The match that they're going to probably have to do, because Deontay's not going to defend that WBC title, and the WBC will allow it.
He's going to have to fight Dillian White. We'll get into that in a minute. Dillian White is now the number one contender for the WBC.
Hey, Lee, do we got to give respect to the UK and their fight fans? Did you see that stadium?
That fight card was radical.
And the stadium. But the state, they show up. Man, they're so dominating.
They filled the O2. I watched that thing at 10 o'clock in the morning West Coast time. The main event didn't go off till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it was crazy. I take that back. It didn't go off till about 2 o'clock. It was 5 hours of streaming boxing for 20 pounds. What's 20 pounds? $25? $30? That's crazy.
Hey,
amounts
Lee,
of boxing, and it was good
they-
boxing.
They